Hello everyone and welcome in. My name is Bloom. Welcome to Blooming Woman, where I talk about spirituality. I primarily focus on African spirituality and I make spiritual guidance videos, intuitive videos, and I try my hardest to bring upon all the information that I can collect that I know will be knowledge that is going to be valuable to push somebody forward and advance them on their spiritual journey. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can nurture your soul. Feed your soul, water it, take care of it, become one with it, and understand what your soul really is. These are things that I know is important when you're walking and traveling through this physical plane. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see how we can nurture our soul. So when it comes to nurturing your soul, the first thing you have to do is identify your soul. You have to understand what your soul is. Where is it located in your body? Who is your soul? What is your soul? And the answer to that question is you are your soul. You are your soul. So it's not a matter of, okay, where is my soul located or what is my soul? Because you are that source of existence. You are that light being, that soul that is made up of love and light, that energy that cannot be destroyed, which means that you're actually immortal because you cannot be destroyed. So your existence is very valuable, and since your existence is valuable, you can understand the importance of who you are and why you should be nurturing your soul. So this is not going to be a video where I'm going to be telling you about eating your fruits, eating your vegetables, staying away from milk and dairy and cheese, drinking a bunch of water. You know, that's really great. That's amazing things to do, but that's amazing to nurture your body. Okay? And that's amazing to feel your energy on an energetic level. However, when it comes to your body, you're not your body, you're your soul. You have to understand and be able to differentiate your soul from the cover, your body, your shell. Because the body is exactly what it's being called. It's a body, it's a shell. So if you identify yourself as a body, it's possible that you can get very lost inside of life. But once you identify yourself as the soul and you're able to identify the soul, that's when you can gain higher wisdom. That's when you can understand who you are. And that's when you can give attention to your soul. And in return, by giving attention to your soul, you're nurturing your soul. So you are not your body. You are your soul. Okay? And it's good to understand where that soul is located. So it's going to be right in the middle of your head, okay? It's going to be between what some people would call your eye chakra and your crown chakra. It's going to be basically in the middle of that, and that's where your soul is located. And the reason why it is believed that your soul is located in that area is because that is where your consciousness leaves. That's where your awareness leaves your body. If you ever watch somebody die and you watch them lose their life slowly, you'll come to realize that they start to lose their attention. They lose awareness in their feet, and all of a sudden they may ask the person next to them that they can't feel their feet or they can't move their feet. And that's because that awareness, the awareness is moving upwards. So that's going to move up from your feet all the way up to your stomach, to your arms, to your chest, all the way and go back up into your head. And is going to leave with your soul. So your soul is where all of consciousness really exists. And it's where life exists. Because without life, your body wouldn't necessarily be able to operate. So your body will be able to operate because it has a brain, but it would not be able to operate or be in existence because it doesn't have a life force behind it. And that life force is you, that life force is your soul. So once you're able to understand and identify what your soul is, the next step would be to actually understand what hinders your soul from being nurtured. What gets in the way of your soul from being nurtured? And that's going to be your mind. Your mind is going to be the biggest distraction that's going to get in the way of nurturing your soul. Because your mind spends time overanalyzing, overthinking, criticizing, putting blame, putting doubts, creating attachments, doing all of these things with all of these downloads and all of these records on it. And your mind and your brain is sitting in that same area and location as your soul is, your consciousness. So what ends up happening is an individual will forget who they are, and they will actually think that they are the mind that's thinking. And how you can differentiate the two things, the mind and the soul, is to understand that your soul doesn't talk. So if you're hearing a bunch of chattering, if you're hearing a bunch of thoughts, if you're thinking about what you ate last night, if you're thinking about what you did yesterday, if you're thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow, that's literally your mind analyzing and overthinking and criticizing and doing what it needs to do in order to pay off its debt and do what its purpose is in this physical realm. However, the soul is what's actually quiet. The soul is what's actually listening. So whenever you get the chance to meditate or find peace or relax and you close your eyes, you can be able to nurture your soul by solely giving it attention. Give your soul attention. That is how you nurture your soul. Just like if you have a plant, you would have to give it water, you would have to change the soil, you might have to give it some food, some soil food to really help it grow. You would have to pay attention to the leaves, whether it's getting dry, whether it's getting moist, whether it's being overwatered, all of those things. You have to put your focus and your attention onto that plant in order to care for it and in order to nurture it. If you have a baby and your baby's crying, if you let that baby cry and you don't give it any attention, that's going to create a disconnect in the relationship that you have between that baby. But if you give that baby all the attention you have and you hold it close to you and you nurture that baby and you feed it and you care for it, then you're nurturing the baby. So how do you nurture your soul? All you have to do is put your attention onto your soul. Be aware of what your soul is. Know what your soul is. Know where it's located. Know how it acts. Know how it thinks. Know if it thinks. Know if it talks. All of these things will help you nurture your soul by giving your attention to your soul. Making sure that your mind is not inside of the driver's seat, and making sure that your soul is inside of the driver's seat. And the biggest thing you can do to make sure that your soul is inside of the driver's seat is to simply listen. Listen and observe, because your mind is thinking and criticizing and analyzing, but your soul is listening and observing. Once you're able to be that listener and be that observer, you'll be able to connect that relationship with yourself and know thyself. So that way you'll be able to know that you are made up of love, light, and you're capable of finding love within yourself and loving who you are solely by giving your attention onto your soul, which is you. Another way you can give attention to your soul, also like nurture your soul, is going to be to make sure that you pay attention to your inner sensory system. So we have eyes, and where our eyes can see, but we also have our inner eyes. We also have our inner ears. We also have our inner senses. So we have our inner sensory systems. Whereas you have your outer sensory systems, but your outer sensory systems are all operating because of your brain. If your brain didn't exist, you would still be able to see that you as a light being, you as this consciousness, this ball of energy and light and life, you would still be able to see, you would still be able to hear, you would still be able to sense. And that you can do with your inner sensory system. And how you can experience your inner sensory system on this physical plane with a brain attached to you, distracting your every move, is very simple. Think about using your imagination. Think about when you dream. When you close your eyes, you're still able to have visions. You're still able to see. You're still able to hear with inside ears. You're still able to do those things. So the best thing you can do is close your eyes and use your power of using your imagination to literally envision yourself inside of the middle of your head. And envision yourself in oneness with that life, that light, that love, your soul. And envisioning yourself listening and observing. When you're listening and you're the observer, you're the one that's watching over the mind. And once you're able to master that, you'll be able to really defeat complications inside of life and things inside of life. Because the things that cause the most complications in life is really based off of how you react to situations. So if you experience a death from a close person, if you experience trauma in your life, if you experience loss in your life, or something that could really make you react badly, that is based off of your brain and it's based off of your mind. So your mind is going to take that situation and it's going to feel emotions. It's going to analyze it. It's going to criticize it. It's going to create doubt. It might create hate. It might create anger. It might create all types of emotions. And if you think that you're your mind, or if you focus your awareness and your attention, if it's pointed towards your mind, then you're being disconnected from your soul and you're becoming your mind. That's how you let your mind take the driver's seat. But when you take that level of awareness and attention and you put it back and you focus it on your soul, the listener and the observer, that's going to be the person that's actually watching the mind and observing everything. And that's how you nurture your soul. It's really simple. Just make sure that you're actually putting attention into your soul, so that way you won't lose the connection that you have with your soul. Anytime something crazy happens in your life or something flips you upside down, you'll be able to go back to that knowledge and that awareness that you have of who you really are and knowing thyself. And that is going to make things smoother for you. I'm not going to say it's not going to make you cry or get angry and life is going to be perfect. No, because you're still carrying this brain, and we're living inside of a world that is made up of good and bad and positive and negative experiences. So life is going to have that. However, once you're in touch with your soul, and once you give your attention to your soul, you'll be able to nurture it, and you'll be able to connect with it, and you'll be able to know yourself to another level where you can access love frequency that much easier. And that love frequency, which is your soul, that you'll be able to connect with so easily once you know thyself, is in return going to help you digest, comprehend, and react to negative situations in your life a lot smoother and better. So I really hope that you could enjoy this video. I really hope that it could help you, motivate you, push you into the right direction, inspire you, and really help you understand the simple things that you can do to nurture your soul. It doesn't take you going into the mountains and living in isolation for 12,000 years. You don't have to become a monk. You don't have to do anything crazy. If you're stuck in a day-to-day life where you have to take care of your material duties, there's still a way. There's no excuse to understanding your soul and knowing thyself and nurturing your soul. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're liking watching this video right now, don't forget to actually hit the like button and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. And so you can get notified anytime I make a video. If you want, go ahead and hit that bell notification as well. All of my information is inside the description box below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. And I'll see you all inside of the next one. Bye-bye.